Hello everybody, Mr. Mondau here, and welcome to episode number 2 of Alternate Futures, the show where I go over the what-ifs of the amusement industry. And in this episode I'm going to be going over my predictions for Six Flags New Orleans' 10-year plan if it hadn't closed. Part 1. Background information. Six Flags New Orleans was an amusement park in New Orleans East that operated from 2000 until August 22, 2005, when it temporarily closed due to the incoming Hurricane Katrina. However, that temporary closure quickly turned into a permanent one after Six Flags discovered how much damage was done to the property. However, in this video I'm going to be turning back the clock and going to an alternate timeline where Katrina never hit and the park didn't close. And I'm going to be going over every single year all the way up until 2016. Part 2. 10-year plan. For the 2006 season, I'm not going to be making a prediction as we already know what the park was going to get, which was a brand new water park. However, I do think this water park would have been a smash hit with the locals due to the hot New Orleans climate and would have increased park attendance greatly. After an amazing 2006 season, I predict that for the 2007 season, the park would have followed in the footsteps of many of the other parks in the chain and gotten a Thomastown. This would help attract more families with small children to the park, which would increase revenue. For the 2008 season, I predict that the park would have gotten a GCI Twister-style wooden coaster. This would be the park's first new roller coaster in 5 years, and would make a great complementing coaster to Megazeph, the park's other wooden roller coaster. Following 2008's large ground-up investment, I believe that the park would take a break from large additions for the next couple of seasons, starting off with the 2009 season, where the park would get a new restaurant, new benches, and new trash cans. These additions would be relatively cheap ways to make the park look and feel a lot nicer. Continuing with the break from the large additions, for the 2010 season, I predict that the park would have gotten a new upcharge slingshot ride. This ride would be a relatively cheap way for the park to say they have a new ride, and the fact that it's an upcharge attraction would help the park make back their money faster. During the 2011 season, I believe that the park would follow in the same footsteps as the other Six Flags parks and remove the Thomas the Train licensing from their Thomastown and rebrand it to Whistle Stop Park. Along with some small park improvements such as new landscaping, this would have been the only addition this year. For the 2012 season, I believe the park would have replaced portions of the track in high-stress areas on the now 12-year-old Megazeph with RMC Topper Track to help give it a smoother ride experience and reduce maintenance costs. This is similar to what the chain did with Georgia Cyclone and the Rattler at this time. For the 2013 season, I predict that the park would have gotten Pandemonium from Six Flags Discovery Kingdom instead of Six Flags Mexico, as 1 year later, Six Flags Mexico would get the all-new Medusa Steel Coaster. This addition would be the park's first coaster in 5 years, as well as the park's first spinning roller coaster. This family-oriented coaster would help balance the crowds out from the park's other two family coasters. For the 2014 season, I predict that the park would have gotten a Scrambler ride. This low-cost family ride, much like Pandemonium, would help draw the crowds from the park's other family attractions. Following the more family-oriented additions that the park got for the past few seasons, I believe the park would have gotten a Funtime Starflyer for the 2015 season. This thrilling flat ride would provide a great view of the entire park, as well as a unique thrill to the area that would be sure to draw in more guests. And finally, for the 2016 season, I believe that the park would have gotten a Larson Loop. This would be a relatively cheap thrill ride with a small footprint that they could place pretty much anywhere in the park. Knowing Six Flags, they would also advertise it as a new coaster. This would help bring in more guests and draw guests from some of the other thrill rides in the park. Alright, and that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace!